Okay, welcome to another video. This is going to be another video in the Python for DevOps series. The last video I posted was in a different playlist. It was a retrospective of this channel after about over a year and a half of posting videos. So I made a blog post in that, and I wanted to just kind of look over that, take assessment of how far I've come and where I want to go. So I wrote down my 3 biggest accomplishments, and then I wrote down 3 directions I want to go in the future. This video is going to be for this business as usual, but actually I had 4 directions. Another thing, you can see this blog is no good. It's not secure, and it's messing up. So I want to make a web page for me that is secure and that is just better formatted and kind of shows off my web design and basically my web skills, of which are not my main focus, right? Talents, but I want that to be brought up to speed. So that's kind of lowest priority right now. I think getting my network engineering skills to the next level is probably more important. But of course, I have no idea what's important for me or not. Honestly, the most important thing is probably like computer science skills, just basic computer science skills, and getting like a bachelor's degree. I don't have one. That's probably the most important thing for me. But anyways, kind of the path of least resistance is just continuing on with what I've done before. So that's going to be this next part in this book, Python for DevOps. Okay, so this is Python function to the big 3 cloud providers. For AWS and Google, we use the Serverless platform, which simplifies these deployments by abstracting the creation of cloud resources that are involved in the function as a service runtime environments. The serverless platform does not yet support Python functions for Microsoft Azure. So in that case, we show how to use Azure specific CLI tooling. Installing serverless framework. The serverless platform is based on Node.js. To use it, use npm. Okay, so let's see if we got npm. The other big update I have is, and I want to talk about this a little bit at length, just a minute or so. I was able to get GNS3 working. If you saw the last video I posted, you saw that I wasn't able to get it to work because it was at a different version on my client than it was on the server. But now you can see in my client version, I was able to get 0.17 working. And the way I was able to do that was following a set of instructions I found for doing a pip install and then specifying the version. But if you want to figure it out for yourself, another way you could do it is to go to the GNS GitHub repo, click on tags, and now on the next page you can find the older versions here. And then if you're on Windows, it's really easy because they have an exe, all-in-one exe. If you're on Linux, it's a little bit trickier because you need to know the commands to build it from source. But even then, it's really not hard at all. You just need to look up those commands. Myself, I didn't use those files, but I used a pip command. But you can see I did get it working now, and I've got VNC installed, so I am up and running. Installing. Okay, so we're going to try this npm install -g serverless on this VM I've got here. So npm cannot be found. Let's see if we can install it. Do you need the sudo? Okay, so we're able to install it. Perfect. All right, looks like it's going to be about 4 minutes. That's a lot of time. Let's read ahead as that's going. Downloading Python function to AWS Lambda. Start by cloning the serverless platform examples GitHub repository. The Python HTTP endpoint is defined in the file handler.py. Okay. The serverless platform uses a declarative approach for specifying the resources it needs to create with a YAML file called serverless.yaml. Here is file. So it looks like there's still a lot of typos. As I mentioned, the first third of this book started really strong, was really valuable. Then I guess there's 3 authors working on this, so the middle, there must have been a change in authors or something. I saw a lot more typos. None of the examples worked anymore, and it just became less and less valuable to read through. Looks like we're still dealing with a lot of typos here, and I'll probably be skipping a lot of these examples again, but there's something that feels good about seeing something all the way through, and I'm at 67% now, so let's just keep on going. That declares a function called current time, corresponding to the Python function endpoint from the handler module defined previously. Modify the Python version to 3.7 in serverless.yaml. Deploy the function to AWS Lambda by running the serverless deploy command. Okay, so I doubt these are going to work for me, but we'll try them. Test the deployed AWS Lambda function by hitting its endpoint with curl. Invoke the Lambda function directly with the serverless invoke command. Invoke the Lambda function directly and inspect the log, which is sent to AWS CloudWatch logs at the same time. Oh, shoot. Okay, I gotta pause it. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I took a really long break, but the long break is over. I got about 8 minutes of content here, so I don't want to just scrap it. But I might have to hold this video to 15, 30, kind of easing back into things after a long hiatus. All right, so this is note how the build duration in the preceding output is 100 milliseconds. This shows one of the advantages of using FAS, which is function as a service, being billed in very short increments of time. The other thing we want to draw your attention to is the heavy lifting behind the scenes by the serverless platform in the creation of AWS resources that are part of the Lambda setup. Serverless creates a CloudFormation stack called, in this case, AWS Python Simple HTTP Endpoint Dev. You can inspect it with the AWS CLI tool. Okay, and I undoubtedly don't have that. Where we left off, I was installing RPM. So that is probably complete now, so I can go and try some of these commands from before, but I don't think they're going to work. I think they depend on having access to AWS, Amazon Web Services, which I don't believe I have access to, but we'll just try these commands and see what kind of errors we get. So we'll do this first command here. Okay, so even though I was able to install it, um, it looks like something went wrong. Oh, okay, so I wasn't able to reach out to an IP I needed to access to actually install it, so the install failed, so I'm not able to get RPM. That's okay. As I said, this part of the book kind of hasn't been the easiest to follow anyway, so we're just gonna move on. Okay, so yep, I remember. I remember reading this part, and then we left off with the um, yeah. So you can rebuild in shorter increments, saving money if you use FAAS. So next command is an AWS command to inspect, but we didn't get this part working, so we're just going to skip through that. Note how this CloudFormation stack contains no less than 10 AWS resource types that you would have had to otherwise create or associate with one another manually. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this video. Just a short, less than 15-minute video to kind of ease me back into making videos. It's been a while, so move the bookmark up. Delete the old one. Alright, and that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.